Hello, darlings. I have received a number of requests asking me to elaborate on my distaste for modern-day furniture, and though I do not usually make it my business to entertain the complaining of mortals, I do feel that getting this off my chest may elaborate some of the negativity I feel towards it. So, here it is. A while back now, I was told, with a straight face might I add, that an acquaintance and I were to visit a place of fine furnishings. A noble pursuit. I have curated chambers since before your nations had consistent spelling. I expected carved oak, velvet, perhaps a whisper of tragedy in the upholstery. Instead, I was taken to IKEA. A vast, winding labyrinth where one is herded like contemplative cattle through staged lives that one does not possess. Behold, they seem to say, a perfect little room for a man named Greg. Who is Greg? And why do I live in his kitchen now? Why is everything pine? And the names, good heavens, the names. I encountered a chair called Fjallbjørgen, or perhaps Branfjalla. I cannot be certain. It sounded less like furniture and more like an incantation one whispers to summon a demon. I thought, briefly, that I might simply select a piece and have it delivered, as one does in civilized centuries, but no. No, my dear. The furniture is not furniture. It is a promise of furniture. It arrives like some New Age coffin filled with wooden planks, iron trinkets, and a small tome. A booklet devoid of words, as though language itself has abandoned the endeavor. Only diagrams remain. Cheerful, mocking illustrations of a smiling man who has clearly never attempted to assemble a Fjallbjørg in his meaningless little life. Ah, and there it is again. The instrument. Oh, I hate that thing. The same bent shard of iron, the so-called Allen key, resting in the box like a curse that has learned to travel. I examined the instruction. An arrow points to a plank. That plank points to another. A second arrow insists that they should be one. At no point does anyone explain why. I began, naturally, with the utmost confidence. I have constructed fortresses. I have orchestrated sieges. Prison castles from the ground with nothing but my fingertips and a level of unbridled sorcery that one could only gain with centuries of honing the craft, and being born incredibly talented, of course. So, naturally, I assumed I could assemble a bedside table. Hours passed by. For the first time in nearly 500 years, I felt mortal again. At one point, I possessed 3 identical panels and a growing sense that I had offended some ancient Scandinavian deity. The diagrams grew smug. The little man continued to smile at me, always smiling, even as I, a being of eternal composure, whispered threats into the void. And the screws. Oh, the screws! Each one subtly different, each one almost correct. By the time I reached what I believed was step 7, I had created an object that could not be named in any known language. It stood there before me, defiant, angular, and deeply uncooperative, a monument of hubris. I considered abandoning it entirely, letting it remain incomplete, as a sort of warning to others. But I could not. No, I am immortal. I am eternal. I am Mephisto Marbus Dante Zephyr Anarchus Noctis Sanguine. I will not be defeated by some foolish mortal contraption. I do not lose to the corpse of a Swedish forest this day. And so I persevered, through confusion, through indignity, through a brief and passionate argument with a dowel. At last, as dawn threatened the horizon, it was done. I stepped back. I beheld my creation, and it leaned. Not dramatically, but with intent, as though it resented me, as though it might, given time, take revenge. And I realized then, this was the true genius of IKEA. It is not a furniture store, no. It is a crucible, a quiet, well-lit trial of the human spirit, disguised as a shelving unit. Now, if you will excuse me, I must retreat. The bedside table was not my only purchase. Let us hope that, Winter Halfjahrchen, the dining table, puts up less of a fight, shall we? Until next time, darlings.